What's up, guys? Let's do a bit of chess today, I thought. Okay, we are playing e4 for a change against Camille Tenichov from France. I'm rated 1530 right now. So here is a Scotch, and here is the Goering Gambit. Ooh! Camille is feeling spicy. Okay, this is not great. And it looks very rational, but again, I mean, I know we've had this recently. This is a landmine square. If the bishop lands on there, we're going to consider two moves. We're going to consider, first of all, queen d5, threatening mate, threatening the bishop. The problem is there's queen e7, defends both. So the move is bishop takes f7 check, king takes, then queen d5 check, and now we do win the bishop. However, if he goes back to e8, then we can throw in something, a little surprise of our own in between. Where's the king going to go? Okay, so the move here is now queen h5 check, prompting g6 most of the time. What that does is it opens up this diagonal towards the rook. It's all in the course, the Goering Gambit course. If you're looking for a way to win easily and without having to remember tons and tons of theory, just a few handy rules, then this is the opening for you. I know that because it's the opening for me, and I'm lazy bugger. Okay, and now see, king's moved here, so he's not played g6, but it doesn't matter. So we capture here with check, and now he'll probably do this or something. May do that, but you're not going to want to box your queen in. Okay, so then we'll simply capture the pawn. In fact, we don't have to. We can allow him to capture here and then retake with the bishop, which would be very good. So I'm thinking, if he blocks with the knight, okay, now we are forced. Our hand is forced now. Okay. Now if I take here, I am potentially giving up this pawn. So is there anything better? Here takes... I can block with the old bishop. And we're definitely better there, but I'm a pawn down. Is there any reason to go pawn down? I could simply, for example, trade queens and then capture here. My pawn is safe in the middle. Then we are equal material, but I can castle and he can't. I am suspecting that that is the pragmatic approach. I could, for example, do this, defending the pawn. Or theoretically that, you know, there's probably other moves. But let's say queen e3. If he wants to take, I'll take back with the bishop. I don't see any need. I think this is probably all the advantage that we need, don't you think? We've got 2 against 4 and 4 against 2. His problem is, one of his problems is this rook now can't jump into the game with castles. So you're not thinking of that, are you? Is that your plan? I guess he's trying to stop my knight from coming in, right? Now, would it be just filthy to long castle? My hunch right now is I should short castle and develop my bishop. I feel actually this bishop would be quite happy on b2, wouldn't it? So let's short castle first. I don't see any scary monsters around. Where the hell are you going? I'm not afraid of the knight coming there. Am I afraid of the knight coming here? If I push b3, goes in there. I don't think I'm afraid. I mean, I've got a3, b4, bishop b2. Putting pressure on this pawn. I'd love to pin that pawn. Here, he comes in. I play bishop b2. He goes here. Yeah, we don't really want that, do we? Okay, I'm going to play a3. Just to stop these shenanigans. I mean, my knight guards that one, but the pawn guards this one. So I'm just trying to pin him down now. It's almost like my life will be improved. I've got to do that, haven't I? How does he actually defend it? Because he hasn't got a knight here. That's the only move that would do it, and it doesn't do it. I don't see how he can defend that pawn at all. How did I miss that? Well, that's just free pawn and free tempo on the rook, who has to move sideways now. Is my knight in trouble? I mean, technically, this pawn is not technically isolated because it can be supported by an f pawn. I'd like to get my knight there. I'm thinking maybe I should just let's just keep it simple. Retreat. King's the only defender of that. King's not the only defender. That's defended twice. Okay, so everything's defended. Obviously, we don't count rooks. Okay, that's now defended only by the rook. So I think surely bishop f4. Right, so we're putting two attackers on this pawn. The only way he can summon another defender is to bring the king out. So is he going to stop pushing? But no, he can't because that hangs the rook on b8. So suck my Goering, indeed. This line in the Goering Gambit is very similar to the Haxo Gambit that you may have come across if you're a Scotch Gambit player. Happy days are here again. 17 moves. Smash the Rooney. Let's have a old analysis. Yeah, I'll take it. 86 and Alright, yeah, see, mistake. Brilliant move. I know, right? But this is straight out of the course. Thank you. Okay, best move. So he doesn't weaken this. The problem is, if he weakens this at this point, right, we come and snatch the bishop anyway. Let's say he does something like this. We'll probably just take with the knight. But if we take with the queen even there, we're pinning this knight onto the rook. And it's a horrible situation. Anyway, that's not what happened. He played this. We come back. Okay, what was better there? Queen e3, the other move that I suggested. Oh, but it's marginal. No, it is. It's 0.1 of a pawn difference, so I don't think that's the difference between good and best, actually. Engine. Okay, recapture. h6 is poor. Okay, bishop f4 right here. Bishop f4. Okay, interesting. So targeting this pawn, I guess, straight away, we're also connecting the rooks. So it's saying after bishop f4, he played d6. And then knight in, and again, this pawn is a massive weakness. But you know, I got there in my own sweet time. Yeah, I fannied about over there for a bit, and then he fannied about over there, and then finally I went, oh look, my opponent has a weakness. Even saying bishop f4, and just like, what do you mean defend the knight? What do you mean, like, extract the knight? Just defend it. That would have been, I didn't even consider that move, and that would have been a very, very good move. Anyway, so here, I didn't need to extract the knight at all. You're quite right. My knight is shoved halfway up my opponent's nose, and knights are very, very uncomfortable. I don't know if you've ever had a knight up your nose, but they're one of the worst pieces. I think it's right up there with a queen. In fact, if you had one right up there and a queen, that would be very uncomfortable too. So yes, that was inaccurate, but we're just winning. Okay, and bishop b4 there. So, you know, to quote Mr. Eric Morecambe, I am playing all the right moves, just not necessarily in the right order. And there you go. Just another example, guys, of the killer Goering Gambit in action. I thank you. See you later.